Good evening. My name is John X, and I am the host of the show Excellence, Share It. Tonight we have four distinguished business people who work at Gulfstream Paper Airplane Company. They are Nancy, designer; Denise, logistic manager; Aki, quality control; Ed from IT. I have been reading the book by Stephen Covey entitled 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. In this book, I've noticed that Mr. Covey focuses on principles of personable management. His focus is how to prioritize important things before urgent emergencies. This habit suggests that what is important may in fact be very different from what we call urgent. But now let's hear from our panel. As I was reading this book, I would like someone to enlighten the audience. What is the difference between management and leadership?
Well, John, I think I can field that question. The managers in a company are the ones that are dealing with the day-to-day activities that the employees need to focus on, and the leadership is the ones that are making the big time decisions. Now, Mr. Covey put a good analogy in his book that I liked was with men cutting down trees in a forest, and the managers are making sure that the men cutting down the trees have sharp axes and they're doing it in an efficient way possible, where the leaders are making sure that you're in the right forest. So the president of our company, he isn't sitting down with us and designing the airplanes that we're building, but he's the one that's making the decisions on what regions we're going to sell in. So he's making the big decisions, and he's not bothering himself with the small things because that's really not his role. That's the manager's role.
Thank you, Ed. Also, as I was reading this book, another phrase intrigued me. What does it mean to begin with the end?
I think I can answer that, John. Basically, to begin with the end in mind, Covey is asking the reader to visualize their own death and visualize being at their own funeral. What would you want people to say about you? What would you want your eulogy to say? And I can say personally, this affected me because Ed had suggested that I read the book at first, and I knew that I was not being productive in our team meetings. I knew that I wasn't I was coming in late, and I wasn't really concerned about the project, and it's running behind, and it takes a team to put something like this together. And after reading the book, I really wanted to apologize to everyone because I realized that I'm not doing my effort. And I flipped the script a little bit, and I said, what would the company or my team leaders or teammates think about me if I were to leave the company today? And I knew that it would not be good because I haven't been productive. So in reading the book, it made me really want to commit to being a team player and commit to getting this project done, and that's what I want to do. After reading this book, it really inspired me to do that.
Thank you, Nancy. There's also another word I was very curious about, and I wasn't quite sure on the definition of it, and that is the word proactive. Can someone enlighten us? What does proactive mean?
Well, being proactive generally means taking initiative, but actually the part which is very important is that taking initiative, but also being responsible of your own actions, own ideas, own thoughts, and own plans, and be in charge of your own lives. For example, when my department finds some kind of problem with this paper plane, we cannot blame on any other people's departments. We have to be proactive and solve the issue in our own department. That's how we have to handle the problem.
Thank you, Aki.
Welcome.
Also, how do you integrate first things first on your current job?
Well, I'll answer that, John. Our company was having a problem with meeting a deadline for various reasons. We had a machine that actually broke down on us. We had a paper shortage. and we were obviously not keeping up with our production schedule. We were sort of in crisis mode, you might say. We had a very large manufacturer that was asking us to get their shipment in by mid-October. Okay, so we had a lot of issues going on. We collectively, as a team, as a group, figured out various reasons why we were in this position and how to get out of this position. So after reading this wonderful book, we've come up with an implementation plan for a maintenance program for the machine. So that will eliminate some costly production downtime. We have a secondary supplier for our paper, and we're also going to have a small reserve for spikes in our seasonal periods. So through communication, through relationship building, and through planning and prevention, we have really done a great job in meeting our deadlines. And we're very happy that our employees really feel empowered as well.
Very enlightening, Denise. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we happen to have any products from this new company, Gulfstream Paper Airplane Company?
Yes, John, I do have an example here of our plane, and like we were all saying, we're having a little difficulty trying to get this off the ground, and so we've come up with a suggestion basically to remove the paper clips and possibly use maybe super glue or some sort of glue so that it can be balanced and not weight heavy.
Thank you. As we conclude tonight's discussion, would anybody in the panel like to have some final words?
I would like to just mention, as a company, I think our employees are really seeing things through the lens of importance rather than urgency. And I think that is vital to our company's success.
Thank you very much. So as we conclude, I'd like to thank Nancy, Denise, Aki, and Ed from Gulfstream Paper Airplane Company for tonight's discussion about Stephen Covey's book, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.